Whew. All right, are we ready yet? We should be ready in 3, 2, 1. I think
Go.
we're live. Jeremy, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I think
Am
I'm
I
a bit
ready?
late, but I think
I'm ready. Audience, are you guys ready? Are you ready to check out what we have to present today? Are we ready? Are we ready? Let's do this. Hi guys,
Yeah, ready.
welcome to Pix. We're ready. We're ready. Okay, we're going now. Okay. Hi guys, welcome to Pixelstabbers. My name is David. This is Jeremy. In this video, we're gonna talk about the cheapest medium format camera you can get, and it's a really good one, and why you should get it. And in fact, right now it's $1,000 off. So to start, we're gonna take a look at this thumbnail real quick. This is a GFX 50R, 50 megapixel medium format camera. It's $1,000 off right now. So before I talk too much into it, Jeremy, just give me your feel on this camera, what you know about it, and why you think it's a good price, a good camera to get at this price.
Okay, so little story back there when I was shooting a Microsoft campaign. Fujifilm was sponsoring that, and they bring in a 50S, well, GFX 50S, and a GFX 50R. They let me choose which camera they want to shoot from. So I don't know. When I look at the 50R, I was like, I want that one. I don't know what to tell you, but when you put those two cameras side by side, I picked the 50R instead. It just looked darn too good not holding it.
Yeah, for sure. And just so that everyone knows what Jeremy is talking about is there's actually two medium format cameras in Fuji's line of cameras. Let's go to their camera
Actually, three.
line. Oh yeah, there's three, right? You're right.
That's a GFX 100, which is the top of the line right now, 100 megapixel.
Yes, that's right. So these are all the cameras they have. This is the GFX series. We got the GFX 100, which is actually more than 100 megapixel. They just round it off so it looks nice. We got the GFX.
Well, you don't want to call it Fuji GFX 100.234. No, you don't want to.
I think it's 101.5. Let's actually look at it. What do you think? What do you think is a megapixel?
I think it's 102 something.
Okay.
102.
You can't go over. Whoever gets the closest that doesn't go over wins.
102.4.
All right, I think it's 101. Oh, you went over! I won!
I know it's 102. I know what.
You went 102.4.
Hey, at least I got the last digit right.
All right, fine. But I said you can't go over, so you still lost. Anyway, so that's the GFX 100. That's 102 megapixel. They should call it the GFX 102. That sounds pretty cool. But anyway, what Jeremy was talking earlier.
They're gonna follow trend. The other two was called 50, even though they're 51.
Right. Okay, so here's okay. So you already know. I can't challenge you on that.
You want to bet again?
I was, but you already obviously know. Anyway, so the GFX 50S and the GFX 50R is what Jeremy was just talking about, right? So when you were shooting the commercial, you had the opportunity to shoot one of these cameras on loan because you were doing a professional commercial and they wanted really high quality image. And you had a choice between the 50S and the 50R.
Yeah, they got a with offer recording while I was shooting, so they want me to hold the camera. They let me choose which one.
Yes.
Even though the 50S, the S is actually stand for studio, is for studio use.
Yes.
I still pick the 50R. You know what the R stand for?
Rangefinder.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think this is the only medium format rangefinder camera in the world.
I think so. Only Fujifilm is crazy enough to do something like that. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. And the funny thing is, both these cameras have the exact same sensor. So the image quality is exactly the same. But the crazy thing is, and why we're making this video, is the 50R is $1,000 less than the 50S right now. And that's because it's on sale. Let me click on the link right there. Link is also in the description.
I think it's more than $1,000. We check on the 50S. I think it costs more than.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, check.
Oh, you're right. Because normally the price is off by $1,000, right?
Because 50R is already cheaper. The original price is already cheaper than 50S already. It's now another $1,000 off.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Dang, dang, dang. See, I told you.
No, it's Oh, it's 2,000. No, yeah, 5 minus 2 is 3. It's $2,000 cheaper.
Yeah, I told you, man.
Oh, and there's only one left, dude. Whoever wants it, this is a really good deal for a medium format camera, because normally Fujifilm sells it for $4,500, which is $1,000 cheaper than the 50S. Again, the same exact sensor as the 50S. And now it's $1,000 off of that. So it's only $3,500 for a medium format camera. This is actually cheaper than like a full frame camera from Canon, right? Because the 1DX Mark III costs like $6,500.
Cheaper than most of the top of the line full frame camera.
Yes.
Just put it that way.
It's cheaper than most of the top of the line full frame camera, except this is Fujifilm camera, so it's not just any brand, it's Fujifilm, a well-respected brand that has a lot of quality in their camera, but they make a medium format camera that you can get for $3,500. Brand new on Amazon right now. That is crazy. And again, same exact pixel, same feature. These two cameras are identical in performance. Everything is the same. The only thing different is this is made for the 50S made for a studio, so they have a little bit bigger grip, and it has the typical.
They have a more superior viewfinder.
Yeah.
So viewfinder on top is actually flipped on the top. So if you're like a tall photographer, you don't have to kneel all the way down, rather than just kind of up to it.
Yeah.
More flexible for studio use, but
yes, yeah, and I think one of the things about the 50S is I think the screen has one more axis of flip out. I think in addition to slide out like this, I think it can flip out to do like portrait flip.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But the 50R does not have it. So here are some of the pictures of the 50S. So the S is bulkier because see the S has
if you look at it, it's actually mimicking the X-H1 style, which has an OLCD on top of it.
Yes, you're right. The X-H1. So if you compare like the top view, this is the 50R. This actually looks like a compact camera, though I actually don't let them mislead you.
It's smaller.
It's
still big.
It's a big brick. It's just its size really small. It's funny because it kind of misleads you because I'm thinking of a Micro Four Thirds camera when I look at this, but it's actually big. It's a good size camera, for sure. But again, this is the 50R. This is the 50S. You can see there's difference in ergonomics, the shape of it. It weighs almost the same. The 50R is a little bit lighter, but you're not going to trade off the weight, and that's not going to be a factor.
The body build itself is magnesium, so it has some weight on it. So.
Yeah,
and it's dual card.
Yes, both of them have dual card. Now, the one thing that I noticed that I don't like so much about the 50R is that if you use it in the studio, you usually have it tripoded, right? And tripods usually have a pretty big tripod plate. Now, notice this. What do you think is in here?
Well, that's why.
That's the battery door.
Ow. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't replace.
No. Yeah, you're right. You can't.
You can't replace the battery while it's all hooked up. And also, guess what's under this flap?
I forgot. I played with it once. I think it's all the USB and stuff.
You're right. It's a USB. So if anyone wants to shoot tethered in the studio, it's kind of tricky if you shoot tethered with the 50R because there's a chance of gravity just pulling down the cable a little bit more.
But I think that's one reason why it got on sale, because this camera for medium format, when people bought this, it's for commercial use. Yeah. And most people are using studio. And what this camera built is for style. Yeah. So to the studio photographers, they're probably not gonna go for this one.
Except you.
Yeah, I like to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, I don't want to hold the same camera with other person. If I can buy something different, I will buy something different. I mean, that's the S. So
made in Japan.
It's a good. Yep. It is a darn good camera. No doubt about that.
Beast. This 50S is. I would prefer the 50R because it's $2,000 cheaper than the 50S now. I mean, that alone, it's just there's no reason why to get the 50S unless you have so much money that $2,000 is worth the battery placement and the USB placement, right? Because literally it comes down to that plus the grip and then the viewfinder. But other than that, the performance is the same.
You go buy yourself some external grip. It's easy fix.
True. True.
It would even make the camera look even better.
Yeah, if you get the GFX R and you get third party grip, it might even look better. I don't know what the third party grips look like, but I like this look. It looks very slim, minimalistic. It looks unique, and like you said, it's different than anything else. And it's medium format, which is even more crazy, right? Because it looks like.
Okay, so for the 50S,
Yeah.
if you go back to the pictures, imagine you bring that thing out.
Yeah. Right.
On the street carrying that. Okay, this is with no lens. Imagine with a lens in front of it. This thing is gonna be a beast.
Yes.
Okay? You're walking around with this, not gonna happen. It's so big.
Dude, you will get flagged down by security just holding it. They think it's a weapon sometime. They're like, so what is
No,
that?
they won't.
Oh, you know, when I carry two cameras on the side like a cowboy, I've gotten second takes from security just checking me out as I go into the lobby through the elevator. Yeah.
No. When you have those slingers, people talk about it. They say, "What are you carrying?" You know, they don't know what you're carrying because nobody really carries cameras like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of second looks. But anyway, we're off topic. Yeah, you're right. This one is more big and bulky, definitely something you don't want to carry outside. You'll get noticed a little bit too much. And this is slimmer, more profile, not quite so good for studio use because of the battery compartment and USB, but you're saving $2,000 for the exact same performance.
First of all, you have to understand the nature and culture of Fujifilm though. They don't make full frame camera, okay?
Yeah.
Now, let's say if you buy your R5, you can actually bring it out for casual use as well because, you know, that's not enough, right?
We're talking about the EOS R5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's overkill to use casual use, but, you know, it's small enough that you could.
Yeah.
But with the medium format, the reason why this 50R, for me at least, I feel like that exists because they want to make it more user-friendly. It's not always for professional because if you think about it as a perspective from a camera manufacturer, if you make your marketing and do your math and research, is there more professional photographer out there? Or people just want to buy camera out there? I'll say maybe 10% of people are professional, 90% I just want to buy camera.
I think that's very true.
Which audience want to go for, honestly, right?
Right. Yeah, I forgot the fact that the majority of people that can afford cameras, they're usually not photographers. That's kind of funny. And speaking of which, here's a quick segue to your friend Ken. He's also a Fujifilm ex-photographer. He left a good, very key fact that we totally missed. The 50R is using a USB-C port, whereas the 50S uses USB-A 3.0. That's
why he's expert.
Yeah. Oh, and he has another comment.
Why just come up here and talk, Ken?
So
you know what? You're going on live with us next time, Ken.
Yep, and he also says all GFX has a 35mm mode, which crops down to full frame format, but with all medium format features like dynamic range. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Okay, see, I know they could copy down to full frame and then realized about the dynamic range. Now that makes a huge difference. Okay.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And then you can.
If you mount this right with the 50R and mount all the X mount lens on it. And just convert it to the full frame with the dynamic range from the medium format. That's insane.
Yeah. Yep. Plus, you have one camera now that you can use all your X-mount lenses. And I think with adapters, you might even be able to put Nikon and Canon lenses too. I didn't research that, so don't quote me on that. But I believe they make adapters for Nikon and Canon.
But I don't know how the autofocus would be like.
Yeah. No, not sure. But anyway, now that we got the two different cameras out the line, and you've used the camera, right? You used the 50R before. How do you like it? What's your perception about it? Do you recommend it? Why do you think it's a good investment to have?
I'm probably not the best person to ask this question because to me, every camera is the same. Honestly, all I need is f-stop, shutter, ISO, white balance, this full thing. And then you're able to focus, I take pictures. So you ask me what's so good about it?
Yeah.
I feel good holding it. I just, it's kind of like, you're driving a car. It's for you to go to destination A to B, right?
Yeah.
But while you're driving, you're having fun with it. I think that's more important.
Yes. Yeah.
At least from my perspective.
It's unique and you definitely enjoy it. And that sets it apart from, it's an experience. In the end, it's experience. It's exactly like you said, like driving a car or driving a car that you really like, right? Any car will get you from A to B, but using a medium format camera that's unique and it puts you on a whole different level. It's just more exciting to have. That's pretty much, it comes down to that.
I have a little story because I did a test in San Francisco City Hall.
Yeah.
I bought the Pro light, the LED light I have.
Yep.
What's it called? Stellar Pro light.
Yep.
Went for testing and using a 50R for testing. I was walking around. You know how City Hall, they have a lot of photographers. They're shooting too, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I was shooting with the 50R with the 110 f2.
Mm-hmm.
And other photographer come by and they don't know what kind of camera that is. I was like having fun trying to explain to them. I say, yeah, this is a medium format. What?
Yeah.
It's a medium format? What's up like that? You know,
Heck
isn't
yeah.
it should be bigger?
Yeah.
So that was a conversation opener too. So it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And for someone like me, I'm a gear fanatic. They often refer to me as gear acquisition syndrome, or short, it's
You have
called
gas.
gas. Yeah. So I love
Tums.
cameras. I love, yeah, I need Tums. I love cameras like this. It's unique, puts something new in my arsenal. Kenny also mentioned that the AF is a bit slow for sure, but it's still okay. And Ken is absolutely right, and that's just because it uses the contrast or phase detection autofocus that's not as modern as what you find in the X-T4, for example, but it's still good because in professional commercial photography or professional landscape photography where you actually want to use a medium format camera, you don't need the super fast autofocus, right?
Well, you think about what type of super fast photography you would do for nowadays.
Right, fashion or wedding or bird or
No,
wildlife.
you don't do that. Fashion. I mean, okay, fashion. When you say fashion, it's probably like catwalk, right?
Yeah.
Basically, try to capture something. So
Right.
catwalk, ball game,
Mm-hmm.
photojournalism, wedding. I think
Yep.
4, right?
Yep.
All the others you don't need fast focus. Period. If especially with portraitures or studio use.
Right.
If you think this is low, have you tried a phase one?
The face.
Phase one.
Oh, I never tried the
And
face
Alameda,
one.
it is so hard to focus. I
Yeah.
tried it once. I can't even get a sharp in focus image.
Yep. Oh, also, Ken also mentioned, yeah, with the adapter, you can convert EF lenses and other lenses as well. So thanks for confirming that, Ken. I wasn't 100% sure, but you are expertise. You should come on this stream next time so you can actually
He's
chime
coming
in
on.
directly.
You don't know yet, but he's coming on. That's for sure.
He doesn't know yet. That's pretty funny. So, and also the one thing that he mentioned also about the autofocus, one of the things that Ooh, this is interesting. He's got another fact. Ken is hitting us with all the good facts. I love this. GFX
man, we don't have to do
has
homework
the
anymore.
fastest autofocus on the medium format market.
Mhm.
Whoa! And now the GFX 100 is even faster than
Oh
the
yeah, I mentioned
XT3.
that. Yes.
Because this is a medium
Yes.
format we're talking about. We're talking about a whole different ball
Yeah.
game.
So when you compare, you can. A lot of people compare that with a full frame camera, which is
What we just did.
yeah, which is not legit because
Yeah.
we call it medium format. So, but if you kind of amount like Pentax,
Yeah.
Hasselblad, Phase One, all the other medium format camera compared to Fuji's GFX line, GFX line is the best medium format mirrorless camera there is.
Yes.
From focusing to the imaging quality, and the feature and functionality, and also shooting experience. Because like I said, I think the only other one that comparable with is, I forgot what the model is, the newest Hasselblad one, the newest Hasselblad mirrors. That one is slightly comparable with what the GFX line is. But if we compare to like the Phase One or what's the other one?
Phase one
Pentax
is a Leica,
Yeah.
Leica maker.
That one, X1D 2, or 50C this.
Why is there two?
Yeah. Because look at the model number.
Oh,
they're
this one
different.
comes with the lens. This comes with
Yeah.
comes with the lens. Oh man, I didn't
But
even
this
want to
is-
look at this camera. It's so unobtainable.
This is also good.
Yeah,
But-
let's not get into this. This is too extreme. We're talking about spending only $3,500 for a
But
medium
still, the
format
focusing
camera.
in this GFX
Yeah.
line is still better than those.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, and that's crazy because we're talking about a camera that costs more.
Hey, but and
doesn't
again,
even
so
focus
this
as
is
well.
totally 50 out. The newest GFX 100 Ken
Yeah.
is totally right. It's faster than XT3, and you know how fast my XT3 focus.
Yeah.
So can you imagine how usable that GFX 100?
Whoa. Oh, that's pretty crazy. That's
You
pretty
had
crazy.
everything you need: the frame rate, the fast focus, the
Medium
dynamic
format,
range,
dynamic
the
range.
medium format, mega. It's all there. That is
Yes.
your workhorse camera right there.
Yes. GFX
But this is for
100.
me. I mean, I want to have fun. That's why I want to go with the GFX 50R because it's super affordable. Like you know how I would say 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
if you tell people to buy a medium format, they were like, "Oh, you crazy man! It's so expensive." Unless those collectors or really rich people can
Mm-hmm.
really afford it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you make like huge commercial jobs and whatnot. But now everybody can afford this. Come
Yeah,
on,
absolutely.
3,500 for medium format. I was gonna get one like that.
Yes. It opens the door for getting your feet into the medium format, and a very good one. I mean, it's on a whole different ball game, and it's a great camera that has a lot of very high end spec for sure.
This is how I see this trend right now. You know how back
Mm-hmm.
when digital photography has it, when
Mm-hmm.
film has it, and digital
Mm-hmm.
photo comes in,
Mm-hmm.
the film photographer that hardcore ones was like, oh, digital photography is for fun. And then when the mirrorless camera comes in, and the other DSLR people though, yeah, those are toys. That's not even professional. Look at
Yeah.
DSLR right now.
Yes.
So imagine if the medium format is affordable for everybody when you have a
Oh.
taste of the medium format sensor, and
Yes.
now the technology allow like for GFX 100, if they dumb it down all the technology, give all the other new upcoming medium format camera had the
Oh yeah.
fastest focus and then dynamic range
Yes.
and all that.
Yes.
Now, why would you want to do full frames again?
No good reason.
So this is probably like a new generation of like camera coming in to
Yep.
replace all the new full frame mirrorless.
Yeah, I
I think
think
that's what Fujifilm's doing. Yeah.
they're ahead of the game for sure. They might not catch on for a year or two, but you can get one right now at $3,500 of medium format and just get in the game and start building your GF lens lineup too, and experience the luxury of medium format, which typically has a creamier bokeh, a shallower depth of field, and just much higher megapixels in your picture, so you can print out big poster pictures, 50 megapixel, 100 megapixels. These are huge files for the purpose of commercial work where you can print like billboard size pictures, and you also get amazing dynamic range as well. So
There's a secret
yeah.
why people use medium format too.
What is that?
This. So if you look at all the famous photographers back then, okay, from film to whatever, okay, uh, even though those pictures they produce, it's perfect composite, right? It's not composite. Composition is perfect, okay.
Yeah.
They don't do that as shot. They crop it. Like all the famous photographer, they
Oh.
crop their pictures so that they have the perfect composition. Okay.
Yeah.
With the medium format, with all the megapixel, you can crop all you want and
Yes.
get the perfect composition pictures. A lot of people say, get it right in camera. That is something to fool people with. Even the master photographer, they crop, they post process everything. Okay. Do you think Ansel Adams picture look like that out of camera? I don't think so.
No, I think there's definitely a science and art to appreciating, to getting that one perfect picture versus you want to get in-camera perfection to the greatest automated sense when you're shooting an event and you're shooting thousands of pictures, right? You want to just get the best you can in camera. But when you are working on a photo for weeks, months, getting it just right to submit to a contest, dude, there's no question about it. They're going to tweak the heck out of it to bring a good photo to the next level. I mean, that's what I think. Not to discredit Ansel Adams if he actually got that out of camera. Just.
Oh no, he talk
he-
about it.
Oh, he does?
He's proud
Okay.
of it.
Okay,
Say,
good.
I don't know if I read it right somewhere, but I think he said that his vision cannot able to capture by the camera, so he did do it in post.
Oh, okay. So again, that's another secret. With medium format, you have tons of megapixels, so you can crop, edit, and you have dynamic range, so you can adjust the colors and the color dynamics without losing quality. So puts you at the same level as capable of producing these amazing artwork. Of course, you can always take beautiful award-winning pictures with any camera, but this is luxury. and you pay a bit more for luxury. And let's actually dig a little deeper into the GFX 50R, which is
Yeah,
why we're
let's
gonna
talk about 50R today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we keep going off track?
Well,
it's your
because
fault, my fault. It's my
not,
fault, probably.
It's not a problem. I mean, we want to talk about the 50R because it's a 50 megapixel medium format camera you get for $1,000 off, which brings the price down to only $3,500, which is $2,000 off the 50S, which actually has the same exact sensor
Okay,
as the
okay.
50R.
If you do me one more favor, I promise I won't go off track anymore.
Sure, what's
Can
up?
you check on the price of the new Sony A7R camera and see how much
Yeah.
it costs?
Sony A7R. This is a full frame format
Four.
camera, right?
It's a full frame. I think
Four.
the newest version is 4.
I don't think they have the 4 out yet.
No, it's out.
Oh, it is. $3,000. So it's a little bit, because this is a Memorial Day sale. I think the retail price is $3,500. So let's
So it's the
actually-
same.
it's the
That's
same
what I
price.
thought.
Yeah.
It's the same price. So that's like a short-term sales there, but
Yeah. So normal price is $3,500. You're right on the money. In fact, it's the exact price. And in fact, the same thing with the Canon 5D Mark IV. Same price, $3,500.
now it's at 61 megapixel, but then you're cramming 61 megapixel in a full frame. So that's a huge difference.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
you
get-
can just look at the number on the surface. It's not
Yeah.
the same.
You're getting less dynamic range, and you're introducing more noise when you have that many small pixels cramped into one full frame sensor. Yep.
I mean,
Alright.
so this is really perfect. Like with the same price, you can get a full frame
Yeah.
or get a medium format.
Yeah, and a stylish one with a rangefinder,
Yeah.
viewfinder. Yes. Let's take a look at the GFX 50R. Beautiful camera. It's a rangefinder style camera. So what does that mean, Jeremy? What's a rangefinder style camera?
So rangefinder camera meaning that the viewfinder is on the side, on the left, not in the
Yes.
middle, not in the center.
So why
In the
would you
center,
want
that is like DSL, like what's this DSL stand for? Single lens reflex, right? So you have
Yeah.
a mirror in front, so that's why your viewfinder has to be in the middle because
Yep.
where the mirror is in front of the sensor, so it
Yes.
flips,
Yep.
and your viewfinder reflected by that. So that's why the viewfinder is always in the centers.
Right.
But with Rangefinder back then, the way they let you see in the viewfinder is different,
Mm-hmm.
and they rethink that. I mean, back then it's also using lens effect.
Yes.
But now it's EVF, so
Yeah.
but they keep that format, so
Yes.
you will have that vintage retro style, which is making more stylish.
Yeah.
And
plus-
on top of that, if you train yourself, if you shoot with your right eye in the viewfinder,
Mm-hmm.
your left eye can actually see the reality out there.
Yeah, and especially if you're shooting at 35 millimeter, it's actually the real focal length between your eyes and the other eye, right? So even more virtual simulation or more unique simulation to say, but definitely interesting to have a rangefinder camera because it's a different
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
experience. So let's see what Fuji has to say here. So Fujifilm has continued to develop and manufacture medium format film cameras. The priority has always been to achieve premium image quality. The GFX 50R is a rangefinder style which has been reborn through the history of medium format cameras. Just like medium format film cameras in the past, the GFX 50R has been developed in pursuit of a compact, lightweight system while delivering the ultimate picture quality for everyday snapshot and street photography. This new model expands the potential of the GFX system and makes medium format output even more accessible.
Accessible.
Yes. So here's
I like
the
that.
huge
Accessible.
sensor, 50.1 megapixels, G mount. So you got styled, right? So just like medium format film cameras in the past, the GFX 50R has been developed. Oh, I already read that.
You already read that.
Yeah, in the pursuit of
Skip that.
Yes, in pursuit of compact and lightweight system. Again, while delivering the ultimate picture quality. So let's learn more about the style, shall we?
Style. It's the rangefinder style.
Yeah,
Ooh, look at that.
It's
The
tough.
toughness.
Yes. So, you know, like one thing that you touched on a long time ago in one of our other videos when people ask you what makes a camera professional, one of them was toughness, right? Because normal day to day, you don't need toughness. But when you are out there shooting against the elements and putting your camera down, picking it up, maybe dropping it and bumping it here and there, you want something that's robust, right? So with the GFX 50R, definitely a professional camera. It's dust resistant, it's weather resistant, and it's freeze proof to negative 10 degrees Celsius. Pretty awesome, right? So
this is a really good landscape photography for landscape photography too.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
can bring a medium format which is lighter to walk all the way up to the hill and go to extreme location.
Yes, and it still works because that's the most important thing. You gotta have a camera that won't freeze up on you when it gets cold. So here's how they accomplish it, right? So the GFX 50R uses a magnesium alloy camera body, and this body is dust and water resistant while also being able to withstand low temperature. Despite carrying a large image sensor, the camera is compact, lightweight, and extremely durable. The GFX 50R rangefinder style design, weighing just 775 grams, makes it astonishingly compact and lightweight despite being a medium format digital camera, especially when fitted with a compact lens. The weather seals on the inside of the camera means it is made to withstand dust and moisture and low temperatures. That makes it perfect choice for a wide range of tough shooting situations as well as in studio shooting. Yeah. So like you said, right? Landscape photographers going up into the mountains or where it's tropical and it's very humid, or in the desert where it's blowing with sands and everything, you want something that can handle the extreme conditions for your professional quality work. And of course, if you want to use it in the studio, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yep.
It's a personal choice.
Yeah. And also the feeling, right? Because this is Fujifilm we're talking about. They precisely engineer everything. They're obsessed with making the best satisfaction experience they can provide to their users. So the body texture and the dial-based operation, right? Just the texture, you can even see the texture here. Very fine quality texture. You can feel the premiumness of it. And you got the classic dials, which I love because it brings back the nostalgic, the retro feel of taking pictures with cameras again. So the compact and lightweight GFX body is designed with attention to detail to achieve advanced functionality and elegance at the same time. Examples of this can be seen in the optimized shape of individual components, surface textures of the magnesium aluminum body, and the use of rubber material for a more comfortable grip. Operation dials, including the shutter speed dial, are milled out of aluminum blocks for premium texture.
Yeah.
Extra attention has been given to the internal structure, and fine adjustments have been applied to individual operations, as evident in like the click sensation and sound. The more you use this camera, the more comfortable it becomes.
I remember like when I was turning the dial, it just the sensation like you said.
yeah. Or like it says in the website. Yeah. He said, she said,
feel
it
really
says.
good. Like you just want to keep click all the time, even though you don't have to adjust. You just want to kind of play with it.
Go back and
Just-
forth.
it's so- yeah.
Yeah, fidgeting, because it feels so good. So let's go back. We went through the style, right? So let's talk about the core, right? So in the core of this camera, it's a 51.4 megapixel medium format CMOS sensor, and it couples that with the X Processor Pro image processing engine.
I wonder how powerful that Processor Pro image processing is.
It's gotta be pretty powerful to handle medium format. You got a lot of pixels to push around. So here's what they say. Oh, also the image sensor is unique too, right? So the GFX 50R features this huge CMOS medium format sensor, a product of Fujifilm's rich history cutting-edge digital technology, and extensive knowledge of medium format film cameras, boosting an effective resolution of 51.4 megapixels, and paired with the high-performance GF lenses, the sensor delivers superior tones and sharpness that will impress professional photographers shooting in the world of commercial, fashion, and landscape.
And landscapes.
Yep. And look at that.
Look at the size.
I know. This is like comparing the medium format with the full frame format with the crop sensor, APS-C
So this
format.
is what I'm talking about. With the 35mm format, full frame,
Yes.
even though you have 61 megapixel in it,
Yeah.
and the Fuji G format, the medium format has 51.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at this ratio comparison. You know
Yep.
what the deal is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't just cram a lot of pixels into a full frame format. You want to have a lot of pixels in a bigger sensor, so they're spaced out. They're less prone to cross noise. It's noise between the sensors being so close to each other.
I like how the fact Fuji actually playing the route in between. Well, no, actually cover up like the APS-C and also medium format.
Yeah.
It's just cramming in.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because like we said, like Fujifilm's most popular, best-selling professional cameras are APS-Cs because they don't make full-frame cameras. They don't make full-frame cameras, period. They just don't. So instead of making full-frame format, they just went above and beyond to a whole different playing field and go medium format.
Because
So-
they can.
Yeah, and they have the two extreme because they finesse the heck out of the APS-C format because their XT4, which is their best-selling camera to date that people use for professional wedding, event photography, for everything comparable to Nikon, Canon, Sony, and other brands for professional work that are full frame, yet Fujifilm has a crop sensor and it competes just fine in the same category as the other full frame sensor. So when they decided, well, let's make another camera, they didn't go to make a full frame, they went for a medium format. So let's talk about the optimized sensor design. So both the shape of the light gathering micro lenses and the processing from the photodiodes have been optimized to achieve a high level of sharpness and broad dynamic range. The lowest native ISO sensitivity of 100 and 14 stops of dynamic range, wow, that's a lot, can be achieved.
14.
Yeah, that's really good dynamic range. And it's achieved with 14-bit raw data. So again, that's a lot of data. These files are going to be pretty beefy. It delivers high definition images in a variety of conditions with notably rich skin tones and intricate foliage detail. Yeah, that just makes my mouth water because I'm such a tech guy.
You got gas again?
I'm getting gear acquisition syndrome. I'm getting gas. And at $3,500, this is quite the camera. Oh, we got some comments on Amazon Live. So the username is B. He says, wait. Most affordable. Affordable? $3,500 is my mortgage, my dude. So he also comments, or he or she also comments, could you guys be more detailed about how premium feels? In England, they pronounce it aluminum. Well, I guess I can't say it in English because I don't know, but just some trivia. So he asked the question, and maybe you can answer this. How could you explain in more detail how premium feels?
Premium feels. Okay, for example, if you are going to a hotel room and you open the door and you find that there is no kicking noise. When you open it, it's just smooth. When you close it, there is no sound. When you go into the drawer, you open it, you basically just kind of touch it a little bit and you just open it. And when you push back the door back in, it will close it by itself, right? Rather than you hear those those kind of geeky sound when you open it. That's what I'm talking about with the Fuji 50R, GFX 50R. When you play with it, you change the dial. Some of those not as premium ones that you will kind of feel that you have to turn a couple times, and every single click doesn't really just adjust. It just turn. But for the 50R, when you turn, you don't have to look at it. Like sometimes you have to look at your LCD, like what app stop my end, right? So if you're on f1.4, you just click, there's two stop. So it's that movement in there, and also the solid feel like holding the body. Yes, I've been shooting with X-T3 and it's a small light body, but when you're holding the 50R, when you're holding a body that has a certain weight and also is solid, when you're holding on it, plus all the dials and the LCD, everything, and the shutter, it just comes together as this thing won't break. You just want to touch it more and more and more. It's kind of like when you feel that those nice door, you want to keep opening it, because when you go back home, you don't get the same feeling. Right?
Yep.
Does that explain it? That's how I felt. So I don't know if I explained it well, but that's how I felt.
I think that's a great explanation. I've never actually heard it that well. I mean, I think a premium, and I just think that that's a luxury that I want. But I never actually sat down to quantify, what does it feel like? Why is it premium? I just know that if I pay more, I will enjoy it more because it's premium. But you've really quantified it as a good example, like the door or the drawers in the fancy hotel room. Yeah, that's really good.
It's more like one more, like the zippers. Those cheap zippers? Zippers, they always break. But
Yes.
when you buy those really luxury bags, those zipper, when you hear the sounds are different.
Oh, yes.
You hold it smooth. That's what we're talking about here.
Yes, yeah, because those zippers are machined to precision, right? Everything lines up just perfect. So when you glide along it, it's very consistent. They engineer the sound
Yeah.
that it makes, right? They actually test it to see how it sounds. Like that's how precision they want to make it. And to some people, it doesn't matter because they just want a camera that works, or they want a zipper that works, or a bag that has a decent zipper. But when you have money to spend, or when these are the gear that makes you a ton of money, that earns your bread and butter income, then you want to enjoy when you're working with these things, and you want a camera that has a
This is
premium feel.
for camera and photography lovers, not professional workers. So we have to kind of identify that, because there's a lot of people who collects cameras, right? They buy Leica. Like, why you buy a Leica? It costs so much, right?
Yeah.
But now some people will kind of justify that. Is it really shooting better pictures, or is it really fun to use? It's just that when you hold on to it, it's that luxury feeling that you have. You're holding a Leica,
Yeah.
right? It's basically, is it handmade? I forgot. Is the Leica
Leica?
camera handmade?
I think some of them are, maybe like a special edition, but let me see. LEICA cameras, handmade. Let's see, are they handmade? They are. Many Leica cameras, most notably the M10, are handmade in Germany.
See, that's why.
Yeah, that's like the ultimate definition of premium. Like when you are hand making each one, it's premium.
It's craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Craftsmanship. And in a way, even though Fuji is not with a Germany company, like they're like back company, because Leica has been a long history. It's kind of like Louis Vuitton, those brand. But Fuji is a newcomer, but they kind of it position them in that kind of line too, compared to like Canon, Nikon, and Sony. You think about it, because they go with the style, they go with craftsmanship, they go with the luxury feel as well. From their low APS-C camera to medium format, they go with the same style as well. So that's why I like them.
Luxury. And with luxury, not only does it have luxury, it's got performance. So now we're
Got
talking
power.
about the processor, right? So check this out. This is the X Processor Pro.
Pro.
So yeah, the Fujifilm
Let's say it together.
GFX. Yeah. I mean, this is the pro camera. You gotta have the pro sensor with the pro camera, right? So the GFX 50R sports the X Pro process. Sorry. Sports the X Processor Pro image processing engine. Oh gosh. capable of drawing the very best out of the 51.4 megapixel sensor. Its advanced processing accelerates and optimizes the camera's performance in a variety of areas, including stunning color reproduction with Fujifilm's unique film simulation modes, in-camera RAW to the 8-bit TIFF format, accurate contrast autofocus, quick startup time, minimal shutter release time lag, and shooting intervals between frames. Like this sentence is like the longest sentence I've ever read, but it's just advanced, right? You got a processor that can handle all of this stuff, and it needs to be a performance processor that can handle a lot of stuff because you're jamming like film simulation modes, raw conversion, autofocus, contrast detection, startup time that's fast, minimal shutter speed, minimal release time lag, all that. So the processor can handle
Okay, I can tell you that right now, just on the film simulation mode in camera, and the conversion to 8-bit TIFF, that takes a lot already.
Yeah.
No, normally, the normal sensor can't even handle those together.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to think about it. This chip is probably bigger than the first computer that they had in the first spaceship that we flew to the moon.
Oh, well, that's a long time ago, so it has to be better.
Yeah, but the funny thing is it fits inside a camera now, and before you had like all the equipment on a space shuttle. But anyway, we digress. So the mounts, right? We're talking about the G mount now. Now this part here, the first time I read it, I thought, okay, it's just spec. But listen very carefully because this spec is actually really interesting. So the Fujifilm GFX 50R uses the G mount, all right? So which has a mount diameter of 65 millimeter, flange back distance of 26.7 millimeter, and a minimum back focus distance of 16.7. Okay, so that's just all spec. But check this out. So it uses as many as 12 electronic contact points for sending and receiving data. Plus, it supports the use of a wide variety of lenses and accessories. Okay, more spec. Okay, but this is the part that's cool, right? So this is the part that I thought was amazing. The short back focus distance made possible because of Fujifilm's mirrorless systems structure affords greater freedom in lens design to contribute to the development of fast, compact, and high-performance GF lenses while preventing vignetting to deliver edge-to-edge sharpness. So I thought it was really interesting because of the architecture it has, right? Because of the mirrorless architecture, you can put the lens closer towards the sensor. That way, the lens can have more sharpness from edge to edge just because it's closer to the sensor. And normally you were not able to achieve this with the old single lens reflecting mechanism because you have the glass that flips up, right? So the lens has to be farther away from the sensor, and when it's farther away from the sensor, now you can't have the edge to edge sharpness that you have with the standard
Okay,
mechanism.
now, sorry, got offshore again, but if you look at the chart again, that's actually really close. The lens was really close to the sensor right there.
I know, it's crazy, right?
And then I think it proved in my other theory. You know how they have the other camera, the X100V?
Yes.
Which is fixed lens.
Yes.
So all the fixed lens camera can able to fit the lens really close to the sensor, and that's why the camera's image is superior sharp.
Oh, I forgot about that. Right, because
that makes the same concept.
Yes, because even the fixed lenses that don't even let you change the lens, they don't have to deal with a mount. They just precisely engineer.
They can like literally in front of the sensor if they want.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, because you don't need to worry about having to remove the lens if you clean it, if dust gets in, because it is optimized.
I could be wrong, but then the more distant away from the lens to the sensor, then there are more things that will go wrong. So you minimize that distance between the lens and the sensor, so you minimize everything. The light won't have to travel any more air, because anytime the light travels more, then it degraded.
Yep. Yeah, exactly that. And again, edge-to-edge sharpness is far superior without vignetting. Ultimately, if it comes to those two quantities, pretty cool. So we talked about the core, we talked about the style, so now we also talk about the image quality. And
Well, there's no question about that.
yeah, there's no, but let's read what Fuji has to offer and what they tell about it, because yes, it has superior image quality, but it does it in a way where when you read it, you'll actually understand why the image quality is so good. So check this out. The GFX system delivers image quality among the best in the industry. It combines outstanding resolution of a 51.4 megapixels with exceptional tones, advanced color reproduction, and high performance lenses. So that's the bigger picture, right? So now we talk about like what it can do. So we're actually kind of running low on time, so we'll just kind of glide through this a little bit here, because we've been talking a lot about these cameras.
I know.
Yeah. So check this out. We got different image format. You got 4:3, you got 5:4, you got 7:6, you got 1:1, you got 3:2, 16:9, and 65:24. So you got all these crazy image format. Isn't that awesome?
That's a good landscape.
Yeah.
At 65:24. I will shoot that.
It's pretty cool. And of course the argument people will say is, well, who cares? Because why do you care that it has different image format? Because you're always going to shoot with the full medium format sensor, right? Then you can go home and crop it wherever way you want. Yes, that's true. But there's value in having the image preview in the crop that you already want. Because then you can frame the image on the spot. And that's different than shooting it and say, oh, that looks nice. They go home and crop it. It's like, oh, that didn't look the way that I wanted to look when I crop it, because the details aren't there when you crop it at that level. So it's very cool to be able to preview your image in the image format ratio that you want.
That's true.
Yep. And one thing that I believe, and I can't be quoted 100% on this because you have to read the manual to make sure, but I think if you shoot RAW plus JPEG, what happens is the preview that you get is the exact image format that you specified, but the RAW is actually the full RAW without the crop. So when you go in post-processing, you can decide to recrop it if you want.
That's why they call it uncompressed RAW.
Oh, okay. So you're right. Sorry. I just want to cover my butt, right? I didn't want to say anything that I wasn't sure, but you're right. It has uncompressed RAW. So when you shoot RAW, you have the full one. And I think what happens is it's tagged with the image format that you selected as your JPEG. That way you can go back and say, oh yeah, I tagged this as like 16:9. So you remember to crop it 16:9, or you can change it in post. But at least when you were shooting, your preview was in the 16:9. So your vision is, when you're framing, you can frame.
Well, in a way, you think about it, because when you have those kind of format, and then you shoot with JPEG, and then you also apply those film simulation in there. Yeah. You already have a crop, already stylized photo in camera.
Yeah, you're done. Your job is done. At least 95%, right? It's got the look. It's got the framing. So like this is what Ken mentioned earlier, right? You got the 35mm format mode. So if you want, it can use the inner part of the sensor. It's a full frame part. It's centered, so you can crop image. So you can use the adapter to use X series lenses from Fuji's line, or Canon, Nikon, any other manufacturer if you have the right adapter. But the cool thing is, remember what Ken said? When you use a medium format.
You would keep the dynamic range of the medium format.
Yeah, so that blows our mind, right? Because you can use the same lens as a full frame camera, but this.
So now I have a full frame, right?
Yeah. Now you got full frame, but you have the dynamic range of a medium format, and you can still use all your full frame lenses. So.
Okay, there's more reason for me to buy that only one on Amazon right now.
Yeah, there's only one left. I mean, look at it. It's right there. Is it gone yet? No. I don't want to refresh it. I think it's gone. Oh no, it still says only one left. So
okay.
Yeah, but if I refresh it, it might go away. Let me see. Someone buy it? Wait, what? That's crazy. There's 10 left now.
Wait, did they know that we're talking about it, so they put more up?
Maybe. Well, there's only 10 left. Still, that can go really quick. But anyway, it seems like someone. I think what happened is someone bought the last one, and then Amazon brought the next manufacturer up, right? Because they have other manufacturer. So the last one. Actually, if we go back, we might see that old manufacturer. No, we can't see it anymore. Yeah, now they changed it. Someone bought the last one. They probably bought it during this live stream. So hey, if you bought it during the live stream, put something in the comments so we know that we
yeah, please tell me that you bought it.
yeah, influenced you to buy the camera. And you definitely made a great choice. You're gonna love this camera. Absolutely love it.
Hey, how much the combo of the 63 millimeters 2.8?
This one, right?
You didn't say, huh? Yeah.
It does.
Did it set?
Oh, it's unavailable.
Yeah.
So you can buy it separately, right? So this is the lens itself. So if you add 3500 to 1500, you get 5000. Yeah. You can buy this one used too. Lenses are great to buy used, by the way, because like unlike cameras, you can actually buy a lens and within a day you can test it. You can shoot and you'll know right away if it's good.
Oh no,
or
that's
not.
the combo.
Oh, this is
right there, $5,000 with the camera, the lens, and the extra batteries. That's a good deal.
Well, yes. This combo is just a makeshift combo. It's just adding the pieces together. You're not getting a discount because yeah. But it's nice.
We have $2,000 off on that thing already.
Yeah.
So right. So
yep. So image quality, you got good ISO. We're talking about 100 to 12,800 with extended range of up to, I believe, up to 102,400. Crazy extended range. You got white balance features here. You can adjust it. Now, what I really like and what Fuji is really known for is the film simulation. And this is what Jeremy says earlier, because basically film simulation allows you to pretty much get the color perfectly in camera. So essentially, you don't have to do any post-processing work. And the only reason why people do post-processing work is because they can't get the effect they want in camera. And normally, like with normal cameras, you probably get like a saturated mode, a sepia mode, and a black and white mode. Those are like your generic modes. But look at all these modes that you have with this camera. And these modes are very unique, right? They're developed with Fujifilm's color.
They're all film back then.
Yes, exactly. They're the color reproduction of how 80 years of technology and knowledge in the film manufacturing that Fuji film simulation allows them to reproduce.
Yeah, it's not just film. It's the way how Fuji used the film to develop the special look.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got all these different looks. Like we can spend hours going through this, but you can go to this website for yourself. You can see there are very unique differences, right? For example, the classic chrome and the Pro Neg high and the Pro Neg standard. You can see like the super high contrast on your face here. You can see the standard contrast here that brings out the natural skin tones, right? And then of course there's different black and white modes and there's sepia. So you have a lot of choices. Now there's one negative to this that I should point out is the film simulation as newer cameras come out, they have the perk of having new film simulation. Like the X-T4 has a new Eterna bleach bypass. That's pretty amazing too. So you do miss out with it with this camera, but you still have a lot of choices.
You never know. They might do an upgrade on that.
They might, but
so,
I would not bet on that. I would not bet on that because they don't seem like they've been doing it. Anyway, you also have an advanced image setting for grain effect too. So if you want to... Yes.
This is different though. This is actually film grade. It's not just adding digital noise.
Of course.
Very good point.
What's the difference between digital noise and film grade noise?
Digital is kind of either square or circle, and they are formulated kind of regularly. Film grade is a bit random, and then the fine line is basically kind of thin and kind of feathery. Yeah,
exactly, and it looks more pleasing. When you talk about digital noise, you'll know because digital noise looks like noise, right? There's a pattern and it just doesn't look good. But film grade, film grain adds to the texture of the picture.
Yeah, it become a texture.
Yeah, so you got the color chrome effect too. If you wanted to, it provides an extra boost of saturated colors for richer results. So here it is off, and with it on, it's really punchy.
It is, but then it won't go over as well. So that's cool.
It's tastefully done. Yeah, it enhances the colors really well. In fact, I think I like it more because it also adds a bit of contrast, so you can really see the separation between each petal versus over
It does.
here.
It got the color got darker, so
Yeah.
it do build up more contrast.
Yeah, you got other image quality settings here, and I think we are gonna wrap up with one more section. And let's see. So we talked about the rangefinder style. We talked about the core. We talked about the image quality.
Image quality.
I got mechanical and operation. I guess we won't dig into these because we don't have a lot of time. We'll just read the four main things here. If you want to, you can click more to learn more. There's a lot of stuff here. So basically the mechanicalness of it, basically you have a focal plane shutter that's newly developed for medium format mirrorless camera, right? You got a super good shutter speed of 1/4000. Of course, that is not the fastest, but check this out. Right, but check this out. You got the electronic one that does 1/16,000 of a second. That's crazy. 16,000 thousandths of a second. Or I don't even know how to read that. 1/16,000th of a second.
16,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1/16,000 there.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yes, that's fast. I can't even make that noise that fast. Right?
Yes.
And also you got the good shooting. What's that called? The shutter endurance, the 15,000 shutter clicks, right? Yep. Oh! Our friend Ken L's got some wise wisdom to share. So
Ooh.
Ken L says, by using adapter for third-party lenses with full sensor cover, you might need full-frame lens 45mm up. Otherwise, you can go down to the 35mm mode. Oh.
Wait, hold on. He lost me there. What did he mean by that? Hold on, let me read that again.
You can read it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's an interesting fact.
Yeah, that's why there's two modes, right? If you use the full frame mode, you might get some unique effect if the lens actually has like a larger amount of glass that normally would overwhelm a full frame sensor, but now it's fully captured by a medium format, right? That'd be nice. But if it seems like
the vignette will be gone because we have more sensor on the side.
Yes, yeah. So, but now, if you do notice a vignette, then you probably want to go to the 35mm mode, right? So that's the benefit of going to 35mm if you notice vignetting. Otherwise, you can go medium format and put a full frame lens on there. If it happens to work, it's pretty cool, right?
Oh, all right. Okay, I got a question. Hey, Ken, if you're still watching, answer me this. Do you want to come join us on the next one? It will be fun.
Yeah.
Come on. All right. We'll keep going until he answers. See if he answers.
He also has one more comment. He says, there is no X-mount adapter. Oh, shoot. He's so genius. I totally messed this up. I forgot. Remember I said earlier you can put an X-mount lens on the GFX? I lied.
Yeah, that's for APS-C.
Yeah, I lied. Thank you, Ken, for fixing this.
Too.
I would have gotten burnt really bad. Oh, hey, look at that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
All right. So pretty soon, guys, make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/pixelstabbers. Make sure you follow us on Amazon and Utechpia because pretty soon we're going to get Ken L, who's another Fujifilm X photographer, aka Fujifilm camera ambassador, just like Jeremy. But
oh, yeah.
In addition to what Jeremy knows...
Actually, he taught me everything about Fuji, so he's the man.
Well, there we go. Yes, and he's different than Jeremy and I because Jeremy and I, we have a background in wedding and pre-wedding industries, whereas Ken
he's a fashion
does commercial fashion, right? So we have more variety. So looking forward to seeing Ken on our next live stream coming soon. All right, so we got mechanical, we got operation. Shoot. We've been talking so much, we're running out of time here. Okay, so I'll go through this real quick. So, yeah, so basically we got the EVF they're talking about here. So when you look through that small rangefinder, viewfinder, you got a really high quality EVF. So this allows accurate focusing despite the larger size of the medium format sensor, which usually has really shallow depth of field that the 35 millimeter frame sensor normally doesn't have. So the EVF really helps you fine tune your framing for sure, and make sure you get the focus, or make sure you visually see your depth of field, so you can really frame your shot better. So you got functionalities. Oh shoot, I didn't even know this. This is the first model in the GFX system to support Bluetooth low energy technology. Capture images that can be transferred easily and quickly to smartphones and tablet devices.
The other two GFX don't have that.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, because right, we were talking about the USB cable. You might not even need to, if you can transfer them quickly to a device to preview.
To my phone.
Right, and the last thing here to mention is the GFX 50R offers various dedicated accessories to construct a system that can respond to detailed requests of professional users. To professionals, users can select the solutions that's the easiest to use according to their shooting scenes and methods. So basically, they have a bunch of lenses and adapters for all your professional needs.
It has its own system.
Yeah, yep. And that pretty much wraps up like this awesome medium format camera that Fujifilm has to offer at a reduced price of $3,500. You can get one today, brand new, shipped to your door from Amazon. Free shipping.
Did anyone buy any more? Can you check if there's still 11? But there's only one lab in stock again.
No, this is old because I didn't refresh this. So if I click this, it's probably going to show me 10 from Amazon, because someone bought that one from the
probably.
Yep.
I wonder if it's because of us.
It is. I wouldn't be surprised. So that, in a nutshell, covers this video about why we think the GFX 50R, which is a 50 megapixel camera, medium format, is a great camera because of all the features we talked about.
Because it's $1,000 off.
And because it's $1,000 off. Not just because the price is cheap, right? But also because it has all the features that we talked about, all the premium features, all the high quality image, all the awesome sensor, and the touch and feel of the camera, right? Plus now it's $1,000 off, which means it's $2,000 cheaper than the GFX 50S, which essentially has the same sensor and operation functionality as the GFX 50R. So if you're looking for medium format, there's no cheaper medium format camera on the market, and this is by far the cheapest medium format camera in the market that delivers.
It's also one of a kind because it's a rangefinder style. You don't find another medium format camera has rangefinder style.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, before we wrap up, we got a comment, and he says, when affordable cameras are still too expensive. Ouch. Sorry, my friend. Yes, when we talk about this affordable camera, we're talking about affordable medium format. Right.
Yeah.
Because
you gotta look back at the history. Like, go search a medium format camera and see how much they really usually cost, and then you know why this is affordable.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, back then, the minimum cost around $10,000.
Exactly.
Now it's $35,000. So you know.
Yep. Thanks, ya boy Che. Is that how you pronounce it? But we appreciate your comment, man. That's awesome. He says, okay. Right on, man. Right on. I'm making your picture bigger so I can put you in our aviator. Look at that. You're official Pixel Stabber. We talk photography. So now you understand why medium format cameras affordable is $3,500. So thank you everyone for tuning into the live stream. We hope that helps clarify why a medium format camera is something good to have. Although it's not perfect for every shooting condition, it's definitely nice to have, and it's definitely necessary for some high-end commercial photography. And now with the sales, there's no reason to get one if you need one, or if you want one because you have gear acquisition syndrome and you want to spend some money for some new toys. It's not
about gas. I mean, when you're into photography, you first, let's say you start with something cheap, that is point and shoot, and upgrade to your DSLR, and then you got a mirrorless now, full frame, and then, you know, if you really love it, you want to upgrade, right? The next step, it would be medium format. So that's how the path go.
Yep. Yeah, and I guess that wraps up our video. So Jeremy, any last words before we wrap up the video today?
If you guys go buy that medium format, it's only 10 left. Save me one. Okay, only buy 9 of my own.
Leave it in a comment too. We really appreciate it if we know who bought the camera, and we'll be happy and pleased to know that you bought it based on our recommendation, our review here. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We hope this video was helpful. Let us know if you have any questions or comments below. Let us know if you want any particular content. We would love to make videos on anything photography related, because Jeremy, you and I, we love talking about photography, right?
Oh, yes. Just look at us. We talk a whole hour, nothing about photography, right?
Yeah.
It's only one camera. Give us a whole day.
Right. And look, we got a new subscriber. Thanks, your boy Trey.
Thank you.
Appreciate it so much. We love having you on our channel. Thanks for the support. And everyone else, please like and subscribe to the video if you haven't done it already, because we have plenty more stuff to talk about in future videos. If you're passionate about photography like we are, you're going to love the content that we present. But on that note, we are signing out. So thank you again for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you later.
Good night.
Bye. Signing out.
Bye.
Just going to take a moment to sign out.